Everybody, Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to the Metro Manila Arena. We're here in the Philippines for our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of heavyweights between these two great warriors.
All right, gentlemen, one thing, protect yourself at all times, okay?
Round number one is now underway. All the talk is done. It is simply time to fight.
Teddy, what do you look for early on when you're analyzing a fight of two power punchers facing off against each other that gives you a clue as to which way this is going?
Who's doing the little things a little bit better? Who's using the jab? Who's controlling range? Hey, who's thinking better?
Comes right back at him with a left hand. Nice block by El Terrible. Blocks that belt line well. He scored well after being hit himself. Thomas is showing that he's got some defense of his own. He got away from that punch. It is a seesaw battle early on here. Amazing stuff out of these two. Halfway through round number one. Both these guys obviously hopeful that their cut men will be up to the task tonight. What does it take to be a great cut man?
And you know, that's a great question. First of all, you better have the right coagulants, the right chemicals, the right medications in that corner. Avatine, adrenaline, and you have to have Vaseline where you can put it on it. But the most important thing, you have to be calm. You can't panic. And you have to put pressure on that cut, just the right amount of pressure, and then you put those medicines in it, and then you better have a fighter that can give you a round or two. He can move around and not get caught right away. Give the medicine a chance to work.
Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Blocked by bad intentions. That was a miss by Thomas. 10 seconds remaining in this round. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Coming to the end of this round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, a round like that where it's a lot of busy activity and both guys being busy. When you were a trainer, are those the kind of rounds that you prefer, or do you like the pace to be a little slower? Does it depend on each guy?
No, if I have a fighter, I'd rather have a guy fighting a guy that you never see him. Leave me the heck alone. And where I'm in control all the time. But the fans love to see a fight like that.
Good block there by Thomas. A little defense turns to offense by Thomas. He gets hit, but he gives it right back. Digs in with a good solid uppercut after taking one. defense just covering up down low. Very clean offense from defense by Thomas. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own. On the mark, the counter punch by Thomas. Two good jabs by El Terrible. And a smart counter punch by Thomas.
Keep moving.
Nice block by El Terrible. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Just 10 seconds to go here in the second round. Good exchange. He fires back. End of the round is upon us. And if the next round holds up like that, we're going to be in for a real treat.
No, we will be, because both these guys have the philosophy that their best defense is their offense.
Gets rid of that effort. You can see that eye starting to swell up. Do you think it takes time for guys to realize the damage that they've taken on?
You know what? They feel it right away. They feel something, and when it starts getting a little higher, they see it. They see something that's blurring their vision a little bit, something that wasn't there before.
Thomas's nose is now starting to bleed. Good way to protect the midsection. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Two snapping jabs by El Terrible. Nice block by Bad Intentions. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. A stinging counter punch after some fine defense by El Terrible. Fires right back at him. Comes right back with some offense of his own. Good looking counter punch. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot, and then comes back with an uppercut. And a sharp counter punch by Thomas. Well, maybe one of the most impressive characteristics and traits in all of boxing, and we're seeing it on display here. He has an iron chin. Just 10 seconds to go in this round. Come to the end of the round. Always interesting to see how things will play out in our fights. Teddy, it's always great anticipation when we come sit ringside and the build-up of what's going to happen.
Yeah, it is. And it's always great having a little electricity in the crowd. You know, it helps. I know it helps me with the broadcast to know that you have these passionate fans that are around.
Took a shot. Now he gives a left. What a good counter punch by Thomas. How about a return to sender with the left hand? Accurate counter punch by Thomas. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. He fires off the combination there and it lands. A little defense turns to offense by Thomas. "90 seconds to go in round number 4. Excellent counter punch by Thomas. Solid counter punch by Thomas. Fires right back at him. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
You need to cover up. Eric, you're leaving.
Round number 5 has arrived. He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own. Nice block by El Terrible. Nice block by Thomas. Nice two-punch combo by Thomas. I would assume there has to come a point in this fight where he has to make the commitment to throw the power punches. It's hard to envision a way he's going to win this fight without going down that road.
He doesn't have the confidence to do it. I don't know if he's mentally strong enough to do it. I think he's worried about throwing hard at the guy because maybe in his mind that means the guy will throw hard back at him.
Well, he took one right there, but then he targeted one right back. Still plenty of time to work here in round number 5. A minute and a half to go. Blocks that belt line well. Good scoring counter punch by El Terrible. what guts it takes, what commitment it takes to keep up with this kind of a pace. The action's been nonstop.
Now, the one thing I can tell you is this is where you don't worry about pace. You don't think about pace. Otherwise, you could not be doing what these guys are doing. They're just going round to round.
Hands up, keep your hands up, keep your hands up. Keep working the jab.
Thomas has got to deal with a cut on his cheek right now. The good news is it's below the eye, but still it could get nasty as the fight progresses. Late goings here of this round, and he goes down. Can he survive it?
One, two, three, four, five.
And somehow, some way, he's going to continue on here.
And if he's going to stay in this fight, now he's got to avoid his opponent like the Black Plague.
Coming to the end of round number 5, last 10 seconds. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Round comes to an end. We saw the knockdown there in that round. A little bit of a momentum gain.
Yeah, obviously it gives you confidence, but you know what? It can also be a momentum killer, believe it or not.
How so?
Joe, I've had guys where the worst thing that happened to them in a fight was when they scored the knockdown because they thought it was just going to keep happening. And they thought about only the punch they landed, not how they set it up. So they got away from the game plan.
Tried and true method that works out very well. The counterpunch landing by Thomas. Thomas is clearly committed to the strategy of footwork, of movement, of staying away and staying out of trouble.
Yeah, he's got plenty of air in those tires, and he's making sure that he's using them. He's spinning them around that ring. He just has to make sure that he doesn't get predictable where he's going straight back. He goes straight back, you can always time him.
Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Stay away from the inside.
Reaching the halfway point of round number 6. Solid counterpunch by El Terrible. So he went down earlier, and yet he's still fighting with the same kind of style, the same kind of disposition he was fighting with before the knockdown. If I'm the opponent, maybe that's a sign to me that, hey, maybe I didn't hurt the guy that much.
Or maybe it's a sign that this son of a gun is just very predictable. He can't change. And maybe I'm going to have a party tonight because I'm going to keep catching him with the same thing until he takes it away from me.
That's a good point.
Too many punches. Hands up.
Blocks the headshot. What a good counterpunch by El Terrible. Thomas is fighting real smart here on the outside. Teddy, I think the fans sometimes don't appreciate it, but what he's doing right now on the outside is very smart.
Well, this is the sweet science, Joe, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's understanding where he needs to be, and he's controlling that dimension.
10 seconds to go in this round. Accurate counterpunch by Thomas. And now he's putting his punches together. There he goes. The end to another very entertaining round in what has been a very entertaining fight. A fight where there's just bad intentions. The fight that just doesn't have the feel of a fight that's going to be a decision win for somebody. Looks like somebody's going to get stopped.
Right from the beginning, they've been fighting with desperation. Like going to decision, as you just touched on, has not been in their minds at all.
blocks it away. Able to dismiss that body shot. Well-placed 3 punches landing by Thomas. Thomas is doing a really nice job here. I mean, putting his punches together. This is what you're supposed to look like as an offensive fighter.
Yes, it is, especially when you have a guy in front of you putting the earmuffs on. You know, you cover up the way that his opponent is. You're supposed to put them together. 1 or 2 are going to be blocked. But when you put them together like that, they're going to get through.
Targeted counterpunch by Thomas. Teddy, so much work in the gym goes into head movement and how to hit a moving target. Doesn't matter in this fight tonight.
No, this guy doesn't move his head. The old timers would say he gets insulted if you miss him.
Twists and turns and a non-stop battle. It continues on as we've reached the 1-minute mark to go. Good job protecting himself. Fires right back at him. Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him. Nice block by Thomas. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those 2 fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Thomas has got a real problem on his hands now, Teddy. I think the cut is actually worsening around his eye. He has to do a better job of watching out for that. He has to protect that eye.
Yeah, what he has to do now is give his corner man, his cut man, a chance for his work to be accomplished. In other words, there's been coagulants, chemicals put into that eye. Now the fighter has to move a little bit, be elusive, and allow those chemicals, those medicines to work.
Blocks the headshot. Very clever move there. A little defense turns to offense. The counter punch by El Terrible. This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, with special events have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. Job by drawing in his opponent and then landing the counterpunch by Thomas. Thomas's jab on the outside. That has really been the difference maker here, hasn't it, Teddy?
Yes, it has. But the most important thing is, you know, everybody says, hey, just use your jab, you control the outside. Hey, jab's a great weapon, but it could be very dangerous. You throw it from a little too close, you could get countered with that right hand. He's throwing it at the perfect distance, getting full extension on that punch.
Good looking right hand after he got hit. Clock counting down here in round number 8. 10 seconds to go. This has been a very entertaining fight. A little time to reflect here at the end of this round. My thoughts being this. I would really be surprised if we go to a decision here. It just has that kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it has a feel to me like going to one of those places where you can eat all the pasta you can for one price, you know? And some guys get carried away. They eat about 5 bowls. Well, these guys, they're going to have a stomachache at the end. Somebody is going to wind up not standing at the end.
Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. A well-placed uppercut by Thomas.
There's no need to be on the inside. Lead him to the punch.
Able to show you his blocking ability. Good exchange. He fires back.
You need to keep the head moving.
Blocks that belt line well. And now we got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own. Good defensive skill with the block by Thomas. Nice, crisp 1-2 combination by Thomas. Very clean offense from defense by Thomas. Thomas is making for a trainer's dream right now. Picking his shots, Teddy. Selecting when, where, and being very accurate.
Yeah, the old-timers would say he's a real sharpshooter. That's exactly what he's doing. He's not missing much.
There it is! Thomas has been stunned.
All right, punch it out.
Once again to the head. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down blue or red corner what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
Multiple punches coming in now. Thomas's ability to stay on the outside and to score and control this fight is very impressive. I know as a trainer, you got to love this.
Yeah, exactly. I think that he watched Clint Eastwood in Dirty Harry. You know, Clint Eastwood used to say, a man must know his limitations. And, of course, you have to know your adversary's weaknesses. Well, right now, that homework, that understanding is showing up.
Excellent counterpunch by El Terrible. Wow, just sit back and enjoy this one. You can tell both guys are so determined to give everything they have here tonight.
So it's like the first time you heard Ray Charles sing God Bless America. You knew it was special. You knew you hadn't heard it before. I haven't seen anything like this before.
Targeted counterpunch by El Terrible. And he returns on that exchange. Able to show you his blocking ability. A crafty counterpunch after a fine defensive effort by El Terrible. Comes right back at him with a left hand. And there he counters back against his opponent. Well, as that round comes to an end, it gives us a moment to kind of reflect on this overall fight. And Teddy, my thoughts are pretty clear cut. This is the kind of fight that just takes on a personality of its own. This is an all-out war.
Yeah, this is kind of like watching a guy who's not on a budget. You know, he's spending with both hands. You know, when he goes home, he's going to have no money in his pockets. And when this fight is over, these guys are going to have nothing left in the gas tank, and it's probably not going to a decision.
Get it out.
Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Well-targeted counterpunch by Thomas. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Good block there by El Terrible. Able to defend and then go on the offensive.
Keep working the body.
Devastating blow by El Terrible. Job to land that counterpunch and getting away from one of his own by Thomas. Thomas's strategy coming in was to land a lot of jabs. Teddy, you got to grade him out with an A here.
Maybe even an A+, Joe. That plus is the right hand. Once the jab has been there, bang, The right hand came just when it was supposed to. Give him an A+.
Very clean offense from defense by El Terrible. End of the round here, a round that saw a lot of action, the kind of round that fans pay to be here to see.
Well, these are TV-friendly fighters, and we figured that coming in.
Keep your hands up.
And final round. What a good counterpunch by El Terrible. Good looking counterpunch. Teddy, I guess they wanted it. Look at this action going right out there, wasting no time.
No, these guys are impatient. They couldn't wait to get at each other.
He likes to fight on the outside, but right now he's taking some punishment.
Well, he's standing up tall. He's on the outside, but he's allowing his opponent to get into places where he can find them, standing straight up.
Blocks that punch. Another flush shot up top. Wow, is he defensively sound. A little something for his opponent after getting tagged. Good defensive skill with the block by bad intentions. Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. They're sending more than one at him now. The combo to the head. Blocks that belt line well. Last round of an entertaining fight. Now, for the judges' scores, let's send it up to the ring announcer. Thomas is your winner. He gets the nod by split decision.
Hey, if I'm a commissioner in this state, I'm calling